Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Teach Better Today morning show where the Teach Better team can join you live every single morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We have such an amazing guest as we wrap up the Teach Better Today show. Our last show will unfortunately be on the 24th, which is about a week away, but we are going out with a bang. We have Carly Spina here, and we'll be right back to celebrate the fun. Hey everyone, good morning. My name is Ray Hewer, and we have the one and only beloved Carly Spina with us. Carly, how are you doing today?
I am good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm so excited to feature you on the show. This is like needing to happen. Everyone needs a little bit more Carly in their life. So I'm glad that we were able to feature you this week. I love that you're in your color. You are just such a bright light in the world. I so appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much. I am so excited that it's May and we're finally seeing the sun and colors are returning outside. So this is just beautiful. More optimistic.
I feel a little silly that I'm in a black shirt. I should have worn like my pink and blue for you because you're always so bright and colorful. And friends, if you're not following Carly on any social media, that is my outlet to get like my dose of just summer love and spring. It's so good.
Thanks, Ray. I don't know the science behind it, but I swear that bright colors totally boost my mood, change my brain. I don't know. It just feels good.
I believe it. I think it's true. I've been wearing more color than ever, so I love it. Friends, if you are not connected to Carly Spina, she is definitely somebody you need to add to your PLN. Amazingly positive educator doing incredible work in the space. Carly, do you mind sharing a little bit about who you are, what you do, all that good stuff?
Absolutely. So my background in education is serving multilingual students and families and communities. And I've done that in a few different roles over the years. I was like an ESL teacher. That's what we used to call back in the day. Now many states are making the switch and not calling it ESL. Now they're calling multilingual learners to kind of decenter English and embrace a multilingual mindset. And so I was in that type of a role for many years. I was also a third grade bilingual classroom teacher in a TBE program, which is a transitional bilingual education program. So part of our day was in English, part of our day was in Spanish. And then later I was a multilingual instructional coach. So I supported 8 campuses from pre-K through 8th grade. And now I'm currently supporting a nonprofit. And I love my work today because every day is a little bit different, but I work with the Illinois Resource Center. And so again, every day is a little bit different. We do a lot of support in schools about serving multilingual students across different programming models and grade levels and push in or in class support versus pull out or out of class support or co-taught models. So kind of a little bit of everything, but it is the best.
Yeah, the Illinois Resource Center is legendary. I feel like, especially if you're in the state of Illinois, you've heard of this nonprofit. You may have already leaned into this nonprofit for their incredible resources. Carly, isn't it true, though, that if people aren't in Illinois, they can still benefit from the Illinois Resource Center? I feel like that's a misconception I want to just knock out right here. No matter what state you're in, this is actually a great resource for you.
Yes. So while we are based in Illinois, we do a lot of traveling. We do a lot of virtual work too with schools. So if travel is not in the cards, right, we can absolutely connect via Zoom and stuff like that. So in fact, last week I was in Michigan for a conference. So it was wonderful. But yeah, we support everybody definitely because there are needs everywhere.
Absolutely. And your staff, everyone I've met affiliated with this nonprofit has done amazing work. And I'm so glad that you've been able to expand your reach and influence and impact by not only working, in the public education system, but now really looking at how you can support so many different communities with this multilingual work. So amazing. You're also an author of a book that it seems like everybody's read, but can we talk about the book?
Yes, I would love to talk about the book. I am so excited. So, my book is called Moving Beyond for Multilingual Learners. And this is a book that I think everybody, even if your role is not really centered on serving multilingual learners directly or like solely, you'll still find a lot of different pockets of like, hey, this is very applicable to me and my work. Because if we kind of think about that even like the name multilingual like learner or multilingual student, every child and every adult, right, like we don't have a point where we're like, I know all the words in English or in Spanish or Mongolian. Like I've got it all. Like I've maxed out. So all of us are continuing to grow in our languaging abilities. And so the book kind of hits on a lot of different facets of serving multilingual learners, from instruction to SEL to family engagement to community outreach and resources. So it kind of hits on a lot of things. And I was really excited because like in the winter, I got word that the book won an award. And it is an Excellence in Equity 2023 winner. And I was like totally like totally freaked out about it. But yeah, it was very exciting.
Yeah, this is the perfect beach read or pool read. I feel like a lot of educators right now are thinking about how they're going to spend their summer. I am such an advocate for finding time to relax this summer, focus on other things outside of school as much as possible. But Carly, the way that your book is written is perfect for like throw it in the pool bag, pick it up when everyone's, quieting down or the kids are taking a nap or they have other supervision, and you can kind of flip through the pages. It's super casual, but provides so much insight. I flag a page every so often that you might want to refer back to. And then you have this resource that really gives you a different lens as you're headed into next year's school year.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for saying that. I feel like I wanted to make the book very accessible, because I hate when I read a book and I'm like, gosh, I feel like this is so over my head, or like like I don't have this, this lens or this experience to like draw back from. So I really wanted to make sure that everyone had like an entrance point or an on-ramp into doing this work. And each chapter gives us a little bit of like some tools, some links to resources, some reflection items, and like potential action steps. So maybe you say like, I feel pretty solid in my instructional delivery, but I really want to target like family engagement ideas. So there's, again, little pockets, then you can kind of choose your own adventure.
I love that. Very approachable, even no matter what you do in the classroom as a typical general education teacher. I found so much value and would love to recommend it. We'll be right back, sticking here with Carly Spina, getting into her soapbox moment and some great ideas for all of you. So we'll be right back. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with us on Teach Better Today morning show. We are still here with Carly Spina. We've talked a lot about her background, the amazing resources that she not only has with the nonprofit, but also in her book. And in addition to all that, Carly's just an all-around amazing human being that is constantly sharing and doing work to better our field. Carly, I know it's going to be tricky, but as we talk through our team talk section, we love to give our guests an opportunity to kind of share a soapbox moment. Like if they take away nothing else from this episode, here's one thing you want them to consider, either as they head into their day or even as they head into the weeks ahead. What kind of comes to mind for you?
Well, there's a few different things, but if I had to pick just one little moment to share, I would say that we want to make sure, like, I don't know if you've been told this, Ray, over the years, or like in courses that you've taken over the years, like people will say, well, we have to really flood all types of supports to students who are new to their language journey in English. Like, we have to do all of this scaffolding and all of these things, and all of this time and energy needs to go in for those students. And then as students grow in their proficiency, like, let's start pulling back. Like, they're totally fine. They can start to read the book, or they can participate in class discussions. They're fine. While that has been shared in a lot of different settings, I remember being told that explicitly in my undergrad program. We have to be so super duper intentional, because as students grow in their language proficiency, there's something called an academic language demand. And there have been different graphics posted. I know the WIDA consortium has posted a lot of information about this. So they're a great resource to check out, even if you're not in a WIDA state. But it almost looks like an upside down funnel, where the bottom is narrow and there's a little more broader at the top. And if we look at proficiency levels, and as they grow, the academic language demand increases and it gets wider and broader. So we have to be mindful of that, because if we are saying, oh, let's strip back all support, or like, let's offer zero support, and we're just leaving students to navigate grade level content on their own without intentional scaffolding, we're really doing our students a disservice. And that also applies to students who are monolingual, and they're still on a language learning continuum as well. So we want to still provide focus for growing and stretching ourselves linguistically, even if students present as, very fluent speaking and reading and writing. Everyone still needs language support.
I feel like this is not talked about enough, especially in undergrad, but truly in the day-to-day professional development that educators are getting. This seems to be considered something that falls into a niche. And it's every time I talk to you, Carly, I'm like, wait, this isn't a niche. This is what every single educator needs to be exploring. We need to be looking at how to support students and mastering standards and all these things, but language is a part of all of these pieces. And I love that you've been able throughout your career thus far really emphasize that this is not for that one teacher in the building who works with multilingual students, but something that every single teacher needs to commit to. And that's why I always value your resources. Do you mind sharing how our community here can stay connected to you, have access to these types of conversations, and maybe even set this as a goal for like their summer or this coming school year to make a little bit more intentionality in learning about this space?
Yes. So I will say I am on a Twitter or X or whatever it's called now, at Mrs. Spina's Class. You can also find me at the same handle on TikTok. And then on Instagram, you can find me at Education Barbie. That's a newer one. And then as we kind of think about, one potential small next step, like, all of us are teaching our content area, again, like PE, visual art, biology, consumer sciences, whatever our role is. Just think about the ways that you language with your students through reading, writing, listening, speaking. These are things we all do. So if you were to even map it out, like draw like a little checklist, how much time did I give my students to read or write or listen or speak about the content, and have that be your one small step. Just becoming more aware of how we language with our students, and how we allow our students opportunities to language with each other about our content.
It's such a perfect challenge for the end of the year. I feel like that's so manageable, right? We can all just do a little audit, be a little bit more aware, and that's not overwhelming. It's not going to, take us away from being in the sunshine or building those relationships as we wrap up the year. Carly, I love everything you share, and I really appreciate coming on the show, because I know that our community has so much to learn from your work and from the work that you do with your nonprofit, the Illinois Resource Center, which is amazing.
Thank you so much, Ray. I absolutely love the Teach Better family.
So good. So good. Friends, we love you as well. Thank you for tuning into the Teach Better Today morning show. I know we're going to wrap up here in just about a week, but we definitely want to make sure we get you as many resources as possible. So please go connect with Carly. She is a no-brainer, somebody to add to your life, regardless of where you are in education. So Carly, thank you again. And for everyone else, we have an amazing day ahead. See you soon. Hey, Teach Better community. Thank you so much for joining the Teach Better Today morning show every single weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We have so many resources for you outside of this live stream at teachbetter.com, including blogs, podcasts, and professional development that will bring our team to your school. Wherever you are listening from this morning, please make sure you are sharing and celebrating the incredible educators in this world. And hey, if you are listening over on a podcast to Teach Better Talk, we would love a 5-star review. The comments are always so entertaining. We'll see you tomorrow.